Life pivots in a blink. At 32, I went from planning trips to choosing an urn. My husband Daniel couldn't be viewed. 6 months on, the world still feels tilted. Tuesdays, I sit in a grief circle with people who know the hollow. It comes in waves, Maria tells me, squeezing my hand. I nod and breathe through another. Practicalities kept me moving. Daniel left me secure. Our suburban house, a small downtown condo, savings enough to quit. I didn't. Work part-time at the agency beats listening to the refrigerator hum. My parents, Nora and Alan, softened after the funeral. Nightly calls, dinners with pot roast and attention. When they asked for a monthly transfer to help with bills, I said yes without tallying. Then my sister re-entered like a spotlight. Lila, 7 months pregnant, glowing, took my seat. Mom fluttered, piling pillows. The old ache of being second place returned like a polite headache. "Have you told the father?" I asked. Lila's smile turned iron. "That's my business." Conversation retreated like a tide. A week later she called, voice sugared. "Baby shower at Mom and Dad's next Saturday. You'll come, right? I have something special planned." My stomach pinched, but hope is stubborn. I wrapped a monitor and a hand-knit blanket and showed up. The house had exploded into pastels. We guessed due dates, measured bellies, laughed in bursts. When Lila clinked a glass, the room quieted. "One more gift," she announced, eyes locking on mine. "The father of my baby is Daniel Hale." Gasps. Every eye in the room swung toward me, hard. Then, and as his only heir, my child is owed half of everything. The room lurched. I clutched a chair to anchor myself. Lila lifted her phone like a relic. Photos. Daniel and her in a hotel mirror, his hand at her waist. A grainy restaurant kiss. A chorus of whispers rose. My parents didn't look shocked, only expectant. "Do the right thing," Dad said, business voice flat. "Your nephew deserves his father's legacy." My mouth tasted of metal. "You all knew." No one denied it. I walked out. Home was a tunnel. My phone lit with Lila's messages, screenshots of texts. "I don't love her. I'm leaving soon. You and me after the divorce." Each one sliced a memory in half. I canceled the monthly transfer to my parents with a hard, shaking thumb. Then I sat awake until dawn, surrounded by Daniel's shirts like a failed incantation. By week's end, a lawyer's letter arrived. Lila would pursue half the estate, voluntarily or by suit. I hired Rafael Mendez, who read the file and exhaled. "The court will pity a child," he warned. "If paternity stands, her claim has teeth." I nodded because nodding was the only thing I could do. The call came that night, a careful, cultivated voice. "Am I speaking with Mrs. Hale? I'm Evelyn Park, Daniel's mother." My spine iced. "He told me he was orphaned." "Another story he needed," she said, not unkind. We met at a quiet cafe, light fractured through glass like river water. She slid me a worn envelope. Inside, hospital records from Boston, 10 years old. 2 words turned the page into a bell tolling. Complete azoospermia, permanently sterile. I thought of the needles, the charts, the blame I wore like a hair shirt. Rage and relief collided so hard I swayed. "Will you stand with me?" I asked. Evelyn nodded. "I already am." Raphael filed the motion the next morning, introduced the records, compelled DNA using Evelyn as kin. Court set a date. Court felt like a fishbowl, murmurs, perfume, paper hiss. Lila testified like a penitent, cradling her bump and selling a love story. Raphael rose. "Your Honor, records show Mr. Hale was sterile. We request kinship DNA through his mother." Lila's poise flickered. Evelyn stood steady. The judge ordered testing and recessed. 2 weeks passed. I boxed Daniel's ties and let the phone ring. When court reconvened, the judge opened an envelope. No genetic relationship between the child and Miss Park. Therefore, Daniel Hale is not the father. The room inhaled. Lila's face folded. Her attorney studied his shoes. "Miss Tran," the judge said, gavel in her voice, "your claims are dismissed. You are fortunate no criminal charges have been filed." Outside, my parents hurried over, apologies preloaded. We were misled, Mom cried. We're struggling since. I raised a hand. I know what struggling is, I said. You taught me. I blocked their numbers while the steps rang. Evelyn touched my arm. Breathe. I did, and it tasted like rain. Over tea, I offered the downtown condo. She protested. I insisted. You gave me back my life, I said. Let me give you a landing. Months pass. Dinners with Evelyn, Tuesday circle, now with laughter between the tides. I work full-time, hike Saturdays, plan a solo train trip. Daniel's shirts are gone. What remains are photographs and the knowledge that love, however flawed, once lived here. At my doorway, warm on my skin, I think it. I am not second place. I am enough.